Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm glad to see you here again, and today I will tell you what Russians think about Germans. Those of you who already watched at least some of my videos already know that I'm originally coming from Latvia. I was born and raised in Latvia in Russian-speaking family, so I'd say that I have like European mentality, but also a little bit from Russian mentality. All my family is Russian speaking, and most of my relatives were living during the Soviet Union. So today I want to tell you what I heard during my childhood, what stereotypes about German exist in post-Soviet community. Of course, it's only my experience and things that I heard around me while I was a child. Yeah, but today I will share with you some of the points. The first and the most important thing that I learned during my childhood, and it was literally everywhere, not only in my family, I was not only hearing this from my relatives, but also from friends, families of my friends and other people, is that Germany equals quality. It's like the biggest stereotype, and I think that it's probably not a stereotype, but a real thing that it was considered in my family and also in families of a lot of my friends, that if you have, for example, some electrical appliances at home, if they are made in Germany, so they are super reliable, they rarely break down, so probably you won't have any problems, because if this thing was made in Germany, so it has a really high quality standards, so it's qualitative, and you for sure can be proud of yourself that you own that kind of appliance. Opposite for this, of course, also stereotypical, was Chinese quality. So it was like the biggest stereotype that if the thing was made in Germany, then the quality is of the highest standard, and if the thing was made in China, so there will probably be a lot of problems with that thing. So this was like the main point that I heard during my childhood. The same thing also was about German cars, because there is like a stereotypical thing like cars from one countries are better and from another's are not that good, and of course different cars from different countries have their own specific properties, but I often heard that German cars are one of the best and that people who own German car can be proud of themselves. Another thing which is really popular is German medicine, because German medicine is considered one of the best medicines in the world. Growing up as a child, I heard a lot of stories both from Latvia and also other post-Soviet countries, Russia, Ukraine and others, that some families face really rare and severe illnesses, and that here in the post-Soviet countries there are no professionals who can treat this illness properly, or maybe there are doctors who can do that, but there is no equipment. So I usually heard that people ask for money, ask for donations, because of course treatment in Germany costs a lot, and also you have to live somewhere during this treatment process, and not only treatments, it's also about rehabilitation processes that, for example, children need sometimes. So yeah, a lot of money is needed for that, and we usually saw on the TV or now in the Instagram that people try to ask for money for donations from other people, and other people donate to these families so they can go abroad to Germany to have this special treatment with the special equipment, or have this special medicament. So it's really popular, I'd say. Of course, not only in Germany, but Germany is like a high standard. So if you are going for a treatment or for rehabilitation to Germany, so it probably will be successful and it will help you. So yeah, these are the things that I also heard, that The medicine in Germany is also on the highest level. Another thing that I also heard as a child and not as a child is that Germany is a land of rules and organization. And it was really funny because, you know, people from the post-Soviet countries and with this like Soviet and post-Soviet mentality, they usually do not respect rules of their own countries. It's like so funny because a lot of people who come to another European countries or Scandinavian countries, they usually say that yes, there are specific rules and we have to respect it because we go to another country and we want to show respect and we want to be like a normal citizens who respect the rules. And usually people notice how everything runs fine, how everything is organized and how the system works, and people understand that it's because there are rules and structure and organization, and the system works just because other people respect rules and do not break the rules. And when it comes to Russia and other post-Soviet countries, there is a percentage of people who break the rules all the time, who do not respect rules, and they say that everything is bad, like nothing works, system does not work, police can help you or other institutions, so you just basically live like you can, like you try to survive somehow, and there is no organization and no structures and a lot of problems in the system. But yeah, it's really funny that people do not notice that when they go to another countries they tend to respect rules of other countries, but when they come back to their homeland, then suddenly it's not that important anymore. Yeah, so Germany is one of that countries, stereotypically, where everything runs fine, like it should be, and it actually is like that. Of course, at any system there are some problems, and of course Germany is also not a perfect country, but comparing to the most of the post-Soviet countries, we can see that everything really runs fine and the system works overall with some problems, but you know, it's easier to fix some small problems than the system itself. So yeah, it's the funny thing that I heard about Germany, that everything works perfect in Germany, but at the same time people rarely respect the rules and try to work on the system in our countries, which is sad, but it is how it is. And the last thing that I want to show with you today is that Germans are cold and sometimes unfriendly, and it's of course not only for Germans, for all the foreigners, that Russian people usually think that foreigners are strange, they are not that friendly, not that open-hearted, I'd say, so they lack of this love and kindness and stuff like that, which of course is not true, of course. I'd say it's because the mentalities are quite opposite, like in the Western world, in the Europe and also in the United States, there is more like individualistic mentality. So when you as a person can achieve everything and you can live and survive like a one person, so you can get an education, you can get a job, and you can live your best life, no matter if you have family, partner, kids or something like that, you will be successful and you have like a full responsibility of your life. And the Western world is full of the people who acknowledge that they are reliable for their lives and that they are the people who can change their life and they can do anything that they want and achieve everything. And on the other side, in the post-Soviet community is like a usual thing to split the responsibility. There is like this more team mentality when you work together with other people to achieve some goals. It's not like you are the one person who can achieve everything. It's more like you have to have another people and you together put the work, and then you can achieve something, just like usual things. And people are used to split the responsibility because not one person is responsible for the result, but also other person. It's like it's easier to live that way in this post-Soviet community. And the same is also for families. Like you as a parent usually split your responsibility for a child between two of the parents, and you don't want to be the only one who is responsible for the behavior of your child or for the academical success of your child. So it's a usual thing, and people are like more open to help other people, and they usually wait for the same attitude towards them. It's a normal thing when somebody asks you for help, and even if you had another plans, or even if it's not that easy for you, but you usually like you are open-hearted with that big, kind Russian soul, and you go and help the person, and no matter what is planned in your life. Me personally, I don't like that, because I think that everybody should respect each other's time and life. So I heard a lot of stories about how Germans do not understand, for example, Russians, because Russians tend to be in the role of victim and are asking for help a lot. And at the same time, Germans, as any other of the Western world citizens, usually rely only on themselves. Of course, also sometimes ask for help, but it's normal to say no to the person when someone asks you to do something in favor or help. It's normal in German and in any other world to say no if you have planned something in front, or you just don't want you have your time for rest or time with your family. It's normal to say no here. But back to the post-Soviet community, people can be really offended if you can't help them, if you say no, and it's a big problem in the society that people can't say no, because they think that other people will be offended and it will change your relationship. So your relationship will get worse, because when the person needed help, you couldn't help, you didn't want to help. So I think you understand the thought. So that's why people who are Russians and also from post-Soviet countries sometimes see foreigners, Germans and other foreigners as selfish, egoistic, cold, because it's in our culture that you are supposed to help no matter how hard it's for you and how inconvenient it's for you, because that way you show your respect to another person and you help, and then you can wait that in the situation when you need help, then the person will come and help you. So it's not like in the Western countries when the person can rely only on itself and not on the other people. So people do not need other people, which is, I think, is normal to be responsible for your life and do not engage other people in your problems. But it's like the mentality, and that's why Russians usually say that foreigners do not understand the broad Russian soul. Yeah, but it's just the difference of mentalities. So it's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about these differences between Russian people and German people. Maybe you had some funny situations because the difference of mentalities. So if you have something to say, you are welcome to say it in the comments. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day and see you in the next videos. Bye!